Longhorns, it's Mrs. Nicholson.
This is Mr. Blaney. Welcome back to RMS-TV. Now I know what you're asking. Why are we here? Well, I'll tell you why. After every broadcast, in the class, we'll sit and reevaluate and we'll critique each broadcast that we did.
We critique a lot.
So what we can do better and what we need to work on. Well, a few weeks ago, we were doing our critiquing and one of the students had the audacity, the temerity.
I like that vocabulary.
The stones to say, do you think you can do better? Well,
we said, yes.
Duh.
We can totally do better.
So that's why we're here this week in an episode we call Teacher Takeover. Right. Now, our first episode and our first segment is going to go to Mr. Jordan, who naturally should take over a beam segment of This Week in History. Yeah. Mr. Jordan, take it away.
Taking over This Week in History from a beam, in 1787 the Constitutional Convention convened in Philadelphia, which eventually came up with the United States Constitution. In 1927, Charles Lindbergh was the first person to fly non-stop solo over the Atlantic Ocean from New York to Paris in the Ryan NYP. And in 1977, Star Wars first premiered. Leading to a billion-dollar empire and some crappy movies.
Okay, that's better. I hope you enjoyed that segment of This Week in History that was taken over by the one, the only, the magnificent, he paid me to say that, Mr. Jordan. Yeah, that's it. This is the last segment for the whole year, so I'm gonna leave now. Wow, this is it. Bye. I gotta go. Bye.
Did you know you can fit 900 trillion footballs in the Grand Canyon?
Oh, wow. Wake up, everybody. Mr. Jordan, stop talking.
Mr. Jordan is an absolute expert at everything you wanted to know about history and even some things maybe you didn't want to know. He is our campus version of Cliff Clavin.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Cliff Clavin, if you don't know who it is, look it up.
We're old.
Mr. Jordan. Thank you, Mr. Jordan.
And now we are going to talk to Mr. Kite, who, do you know what he's doing?
There seems to be some strange campus phenomena that everyone is involved in. It's called Fortnite, and everybody loves it. And we thought it was just
a word,
an old vocabulary word from English or something, but no, it's actually a video game. And one of our teacher resident nerdlings, Mr. Kite, seems to be an expert on it, and he even streams it.
Twitches it.
Twitches. Twitches?
I don't think that's what it's called exactly. I don't know. Maybe. From what I understand, like, people watch him play a video game. They watch him play the game.
They just watch him play a game?
Yes.
Like you take time to watch somebody else play the game?
Yes, they watch him playing the game. I don't get it. I don't get it because we're old. I don't know. All right. We're getting the sign to wrap it up. So take it away, Mr. Kite.
All right, hey Longhorns. I'm here, Mr. Kite, the best streamer I know, and I'm gonna ask him a few questions.
All right, hit me.
Now, why did you start streaming?
Why did I start streaming? Well, some of my students were kind of poking at me a little bit and saying, oh, I know you like to play video games, Mr. Kite, and it'd be cool to see, cool to watch you. And so I was like, I don't know, man. I sort of knew how the general process went. I made YouTube videos occasionally back in the day. And so I pulled up some of the software and thought, oh, this is pretty easy. It's actually gotten a lot easier than it used to be. And so I tried it a couple times when I was playing, and it turned out to be pretty fun. Got a few viewers, and people seemed interested, so I kept going.
That sounds awesome. Now, what does your family think of it?
They're fine with it. I mean, I don't really do it that often, to be honest with you. You guys probably see me on once or twice a week, and it tends to be pretty late. I'll play after everyone's asleep, and so that way I'm not interrupting any of our family time. I'll just, you know, hit up from like 10 to 11 or so, and then be done. And it's a pretty good time for me.
awesome. Now, do you have a slogan or anything?
I don't really have a slogan, no. I wouldn't say that I do. You can find me though if you're looking for the actual channel at twitch.tv/malakite89, MALAKITE 89. So it's a pretty good channel. I've got a good setup on there and everything. And I think it's fun. I don't always necessarily just stream Fortnite, even though that's what you guys tend to like the most. We've got some good footage, hopefully, going on behind me right now. But you know, I also will go and occasionally stream Rocket League, or the other day I was streaming a game that's older than me, and so you know, you may catch some of those weirder ones, but I enjoy them. So.
Awesome. All right, thank you.
Over here. And then I told this girl, like, if you want to talk trash, just ask.
Hey! Quiet on the set!
That was scary. That was like really scary. You see, you made him cry.
We are going into our next segment now. Fisher usually does the Fisher fist bump, but we figured because
it's a high five. It's not a fist bump. It's a high five.
Farmer high five?
No, God.
Ooh. Farmer fist bump.
No, that's what Farmer's doing. She's doing the fist bump, but Huckabee gave a high five.
Face smash with Farmer.
No. Face punch.
Face punch with Farmer. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Let's see what Farmer's got.
Hi guys, I'm Miss Farmer and I am on the hunt for students who are going above and beyond here at Riverwood. So today we have... I'm Catherine Meyer. And Catherine has been doing some really awesome stuff here at Riverwood. So Catherine, tell us a little bit about what you've been doing.
So all the letters that we wrote for the kids in Florida at this high school that got shot up, they were organized by me, so I talked to the counselors and asked them if we could organize that, and we ended up getting a ton of letters to send directly to the kids there, so they got to like read the letters and have encouragement from us all the way in Texas.
That is so cool, and I'm sure that they all really appreciated all of your efforts. And for that, I'm gonna give you a Farmer fist bump.
Did you know you could used to play tennis with your bare hands?
I think I should get a fist bump. I go above and beyond all the time, every day.
I want one.
What do? You don't do anything.
I don't do jack squat.
No.
Well, I'll give you a fist bump.
All right, fist bump.
It seems like everybody's favorite part of our segment of our broadcast goes back to our long-haired Australian hippie named Gordon. Gabbing with Gordon.
Good day, mate.
Well,
said that good.
We have our own version, a teacher version of Gabbing with Gordon, and I guess it had to go with a G because we're doing the alliterations all week. This is going to be Gabbing with Gines.
Take it away, Mr. G.
Good afternoon, Riverwood. Here we are with the wonderful, the unbelievable, the amazing Mrs.
Nicholson.
Miss Nicholson, I have one major question for you. We all want to know in the river world, which is tougher? Dealing with children in your library, or the better question, dealing with Mr. Blaney?
Oh my God, Mr. Blaney is the worst. Oh my God, he like loses his cool. He's got like really bad ADHD because he's always changing the subject, and I have to come and put the smack down on him.
Oh, did you hear that? The smack it down. I'm telling you, she's got him. It's unbelievable. Anything else on that?
I'm good.
You sure? You positive?
I'm positive.
Oh my gosh, that was Miss Nicholson. We'll be back. We're back. It's unbelievable. We were able to find Miss
Looney.
Looney. Now, that's not because she's an educator. No. That's her actual name. But the question of the day, are you ready for the question of the day?
I'm a little nervous.
She is nervous. Why are you nervous?
You're acting so
Oh my God, it's unbelievable. I haven't had enough coffee, so I'm all over it. So here's the question. Miss Looney.
Yes.
Which is tougher? Teaching math or having to deal with the upfront ladies and all the requirements of turning in grades and attendance and everything like that.
I feel like you're setting me up right now.
Ooh, she noticed. Dang.
I'm going
Answer.
to say teaching.
Teaching.
Our front staff is amazing. I love you.
Front staff is amazing. Riverwood, we came out of nowhere, snuck up on Mrs.
Velasquez.
Yes, this is the lady who sits in the poor fish bowl in the front of the office. We see her all the time. You guys probably haven't even noticed how important this lady is. But this is the question for this lovely lady. Would you consider it more difficult to deal with the substitute sorry, my apologies, scratch that, guest teacher, parents, or Mr. Bodron?
Mr. Bodron. Oh,
did you hear that? Did you hear that? Mr. Bodron, witness. I have 5 witnesses in the room that say Mr. Bodron is more difficult to deal with. We all know that. Even he knows that. But that's okay. You know why? He's the boss. All right, we were able to reel him in. It's unbelievable. We're even connected. We're feeling it. Here we have the amazing, the only
Mr. Green.
Mr. Green, the man, the myth, the legend. But here's the better question. Are you ready?
Oh, I stay ready.
Oh, the man is good. Not only is he a science teacher, but now he's like basketball king. But the question of the day, here we go. Which is more important? Teaching science to the 7th graders and getting them some knowledge, or winning the secondary teacher of the year for the entire district?
I'm gonna go with teaching 7th grade science.
You know why, folks? He's stuck in education, can't get out, but he gets one break because he won a trip to wherever he wants to go.
True.
The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Green. Oh, and he's a science teacher, not the guy that's a superhero. Keep that. I'm sorry. Shh. That's on the out and out. Cut that. Here we are, once again, able to draw in another teacher. Unbeknownst to her, we pulled her right out of the hallway. It's the one and the second Green right here. I'm sorry. The other one that has Teacher of the Year means nothing, obviously. Mama Green, she's on top of it. So we have one major question for you. Can she handle the pressure? Which do you feel is more intense and more difficult to deal with? The students that you teach on a day in, day out basis, or having to deal with the new ego of Mr. Teacher of the Year?
Well, I have to say, it's pretty difficult on both sides.
Oh, it's difficult. She said diff-o and cult.
All of those.
All of those.
Difficult. I do say that the trip makes dealing with Mr. Green a little bit better.
They want a trip, guys. They want a trip. Pretty awesome.
I get to go to Florida.
Florida! You know what? The water in Florida does not look like it does in Galveston.
You can actually see.
She says you can see in the water. That means you can see Sharknado as they're coming in after you. Can you swim fast enough?
I can't actually swim at all.
Ooh, that's a small little inside tidbit on Miss Green.
It's going to be fun.
Fun.
So I actually have to pick Mr. Green in case he needs to save me when I go to Florida.
There you go. You know what? Mr. Green probably hoop a little ball into the shark's mouth, choke him, and then rescue Mama Green right here.
That's an amazing situation.
I know. I said to myself, why would Mr. Green have a basketball in his swim trunks in the middle of the ocean in Florida? But you know what? We're just going to leave that one. Here we are. It's the last day of STAR testing. We are excited. We are with the amazing
Mary Darish.
Oh my God, I lost my bag. We're also with the head of everybody that needs to know, the lady that puts in millions of hours Miss
Christy Jordan.
Miss Jordan. She is the lady who does it all. Followed by a capturee.
Casey Landry.
Here we go. This is the key question. They're going to do it simultaneously. It's going to be amazing. Which would you prefer to do, ladies? Teach children or do the star all the time?
Teach children.
See, it's across the board. Guys, I'm back one last time because it wouldn't be complete if you didn't interview the man himself. That's right, the legend, the only. He doesn't even need an introduction. Come on down, Gordon. The crowd. So, my man, how did it feel to become from nobody to the most popular person in the school?
I mean, I feel like a celebrity because you go from like no one, irrelevant, and then you're like, boosting out here. Like you go to HEB and people will be like, yo, what's good, Gordon? I'm like, hey, what's good, my man? But I still just came here to get talkies and some pineapple. You know, it's pretty cool having that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh? That is freaking fantastic. Now, gonna put him on the spot. Since the man has gone down under, let me hear some of that accent.
I mean, it wouldn't be school appropriate enough because that's how Australians roll.
Ooh, but I know Australian kids gotta be appropriate in their class. At least try something.
You're like, g'day, mate. You know, we can do stuff like that. You know, go get me some water.
Water? Some water. Not to be mistaken with the water buffalo. No.
Well, that's our broadcast.
All year long, you guys have watched our broadcasts. Most of you have watched our broadcasts. I'm talking to you, Mr. Green. You've watched our broadcasts, you supported us, and you've given us the feedback that we wanted. But we tried to take over for a week, and
I know. I don't know. I think the kids still did it better.
you guys want the professionals?
Let's bring them in.
Dylan, Nabeen. Hi, everybody. Come on in.
Come on.
Behind the scenes.
Woo!
Everyone who's worked in broadcast for the entire
Get the dog in
semester.
There. It's a leg workout. I'm squatting.
Come on in, kids. Come on in.
All right. Ready, guys? Make it a great day, Longhorns. Get hooked.
Deuces.
We're finally done.
Hey, yo. Here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gon' stop. We gon' turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call. Hey, yo. Here comes the danger up in this club. When we get started, man, we ain't gon' stop. We gon' turn it out till it gets too hot. Everybody sing, hey, yo. Tell them turn it out till they can't no more. Let's get this thing shaking like a disco ball. This is your last one and a courtesy call. I am not afraid of the storm that comes my way. When it hits, it shakes me to the core and makes me stronger than before. It's not a question about trust, but we stand